Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here in the studio in Bremen at Breakbulk Europe, and I have a very exciting guest who's joined me, Hendrik Witt from Ubimax. Welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
Hendrik will be doing one of our tech talks in our technology and innovation theater here at the event. And so we are so fortunate to get a little preview of what he'll be revealing. But I understand that, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about Ubimax without revealing anything.
Okay, well, Ubimax is a software company. We're kind of missioned with, helping frontline workers to do a better job, I would say. And one of our primary goals there is to keep their hands kind of free for the actual world, which is usually happening, on physical objects rather than, working with a computer. So that's our mission. And what we use as technology for that is wearable computing and augmented reality stuff. So we're really trying to augment the intelligence of the user, basically, with what we're doing.
Making us all smarter.
Exactly.
All right, now, you have brought something into the studio to show us, which is really cool. So tell us about your partnership with Google and the wearable that you brought to share with us today.
Sure. Well, one of the cool things that we're working with is what's called smart glasses. And that's in essence, it's a computer that you can wear on your head, basically, right? You can wear it like this, and it's a full-blown computer, and it works like a heads-up display that you might know from cars already. And it just, just with a glance, you get additional information, right? That is useful for, the actual task you've been executing right now. And we've been teamed up with Google, actually, this is a Google Glass, by the way, the second version, Glass Enterprise Edition, which just has been released this Monday. So it's brand new. We've been working with them since 2013. So basically, it's a journey that we're going together, one of the few partners around the world. And we are constantly, working on making the software better, perform on the hardware, and leveraging everything that we can based on the hardware capabilities that we find.
Yeah, that is so cool. Now, when that's working, so your information is sort of floating on a screen in the air, would you say?
Right, it's kind of blended into reality, I would say. So it's like in cars where you get navigation instructions that are kind of blended into the field of view. Basically it looks like it's on the road kind of. We do the same, right? You have additional information in your peripheral vision, so it's not distracting, but you get the additional information, the tiny little bits and pieces, the right information at the right time. So
How does it know that? Now that's all you, right? Because you're the software guy. So it sounds like magic to me. How does that work?
Well, obviously, it's all about the software by the end of the day. So we try to recognize the context the user is in. We know the work procedures, and you can think of it as, for example, the most simplest thing is a step-by-step guidance. So once one step is, completed, we move on to the next step, give the additional information that's needed. And obviously, in that process, we hook up to backend systems, we grab data, we push and write data back into the backend systems. So it's an end-to-end management platform, right? So which is sometimes I call it a task execution system that we've been building, because there is a task that requires the human to carry out certain things, and we facilitate the process.
Interesting. So now, is your software adapted for different industrial uses?
Yes. What Ubimax does is we have a platform called Ubimax Frontline. And in essence, it's a suite of existing and ready-to-use solutions. And you can think of it like a Microsoft Office, but for the frontline worker. So it ships kind of with process support and logistics, manufacturing, field service, and inspection type of businesses. So we really bring those ready-to-use processes, and you can obviously configure them and customize them according to your needs, but you definitely don't start from scratch.
Well, that makes sense. So, as you look around the exhibition hall, we have so many different companies here that handle huge multi-million dollar pieces of cargo. How do you see a wearable like that or other things that you work on applying to our industry?
Well, first, I think in that industry, again, you need your hands to do your job, right? And in addition, because Breakbulk is rather project business, so only a few repetitions, if any at all, right? So you need a hell lot of information to get the job done right the first time. So, and I think this is where our technology can really add value because we really support the frontline worker on getting access to that data because the data usually is there, but it's not at hand when they need it. So we basically open up that possibility now to get access to information at the right time where they need it. And I think this is also very valuable in the breakbulk business.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. And I can see as long, if you have all the engineering data, what has to happen, it's a matter of feeding that into your software and getting that reaction on the job.
Right. I mean, I can give you also a concrete example. We've been piloting one use case in the breakbulk area that was for packaging construction. So we facilitated the process of, capturing the data of how to pack and unpack certain goods. We visualized IoT data right at the actual good. So, and there are various different things that we've been looking into, also measuring the things that you kind of want to stow or load or whatever you want to do. So, and we were preventing, because apparently current state of art and technology is there are a lot of meteor breaks still. So you capture stuff with your camera, you capture stuff in written, and then by the end of the day, there's a process where you have to digitize all that data back into one single system. And what we do is we basically also for that process developed a data capture system.
Interesting. Well, you are involved in such exciting work, and I'm so happy you're here to share it with everyone because I know that they'll be fascinated.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much.